Hello and welcome to Timeline Watch Reviews. Today for review I have a San Martin 62MAS. I bought this on AliExpress from the San Martin official store. Bought it over Black Friday, so I was able to get it on sale. The watch on Bracelet out the door shipped was $210. So it took about three weeks, I guess, almost 4 weeks to get here from China, and I'm in the Midwest. So it comes in this plastic flight case. I also got a San Martin branded spring bar tool, and then one of those plastic kind of pushers for removing pins from bracelets. So here's the watch, and as far as the dimensions go, it's 40 millimeters case size. Lug width is 48 millimeters, and you can see there is kind of a slight curve to the lugs. Thickness is 14.5 millimeters, including the box dome sapphire crystal. Lug width is 20 millimeters. And so as far as the other specs, as I just mentioned, it has a sapphire crystal. There is AR coating. Looks like a blue AR coating. As far as the movement, this comes with a Seiko NH35 movement. Something that's pretty common to see in watches like this. It's 200 meters water resistant. It has lume, I believe it's C3 Super Luminova, including a lumed pip. You can also get this with a fully lumed bezel. I just opted to get the lumed pip because I wasn't sure if the numbers were going to have kind of the same tint to it, and I wanted white ones. As far as the bezel, it's aluminum. It's 120 click unidirectional bezel. It does line up well. There is a tiny bit of play, which is really no big deal to me, especially at this price point. And one kind of thing that's a little odd to me, I'm not sure if you can really see it in the video here, is so the lume pip really kind of just lines up directly with the 3 instead of being in the middle of the 3 and the 0, which is, I guess, more what I'm kind of accustomed to and what I would expect. As far as the bracelet goes, it is solid end links, has a fully milled clasp with 6 micro adjustments. It doesn't have screws. I believe it's kind of like a pin and collar system. So you've got these friction pins here, and then there's a tube that it goes through in the middle portion here that also comes out. And as you can see, the case has drilled lugs. One kind of minor complaint I have, and as far as having a watch at this price point with solid end links, you're gonna see this where the end links don't perfectly match the case shape. So you can see there's kind of a bit of an overhang here with the bottom of the case. And it's not really a big deal. Sorry, I've got my cat trying to star in our video here. It's not really a big deal, but it's something that could be improved on. As far as the top goes, the end links fit the bracelet pretty well. I'd say the bracelet quality is somewhat similar to what you'd see with like a strap code bracelet. Those obviously have screws, but aside from that, the quality is pretty comparable. So when you consider that, one of those bracelets, depending on which one you get, is, I don't know, $75 to $100, and that this watch was $210, that's really a pretty good deal. And so, so far as the time it's been keeping, it's running at about -3 seconds per day, and so far I've been really happy with it. Let me show you some of my other watches so you can see a comparison in size. So here is the Orient Ray 2. I've got this on a Blue Shark Alpha Premier NATO, which by the way is my favorite NATO that I've tried so far. I really like that. You may notice that this does not have the mineral crystal that comes with the Ray. I added a Crystal Times double domed sapphire crystal, but the size of the Orient Ray is 41.5 millimeters for the case, and I believe the lug to lug is about 46.5. So there's kind of a comparison in size. I mean, to my eyes, the San Martin looks bigger, even though the case size is 1.5 millimeters smaller. So that really just kind of goes to show how much of a difference the shape of the lugs can make, the dial size and bezel size, and really, the overall look of the watch. And here is my Hamilton Khaki King, and as far as case size, these are both 40 millimeters. The lug to lug on the Khaki King, I believe, is either the same or possibly 1 millimeter shorter, but yeah, I believe it's 48 millimeters. And so obviously that looks way smaller. So yeah, it just goes to show how much difference the case shape and dial size can make in determining the overall aesthetic of a watch. And then I should have started the video out with this wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Steinhardt Ocean 39 vintage military that I got from Noman Watches. This is one of my favorite watches just because of the bracelet. I absolutely love how it wears. It's really comfortable, it tapers, and it's great. And so this was a $500 watch, and I would say the San Martin is actually pretty close in build quality. Obviously this has a much better movement, better bracelet, but just as far as the case and overall operation, I would say they're somewhat comparable. So that either goes to show what a bargain this watch is, or that I overpaid for this one. I really love this watch, so I'm going to go and say that this one was really a bargain. As far as other watches that you're going to find on the market with these specs, it's going to be hard to find something like that. You could get an Invicta, which has a similar movement, but doesn't have a sapphire crystal. The bracelet is definitely not going to have a milled clasp, and is definitely not going to have solid end links. You can get an Orient for, I think they're going for like $130 an hour for the Ray 2, now that the new ones are out, like the Kamasu. Again, that's going to have a mineral crystal, and doesn't have solid end links, and doesn't have a milled clasp. So I was able to add a sapphire crystal to this. I believe that was about $45. And then you could get a strap code bracelet for, I believe it's anywhere between 80 and 100, depending on which one you get. And so, to make that with similar specs, it's still not going to be the same. And then of course you've got Seikos. The SKX was in a similar price range before that got discontinued. Now you have the 5KX. The 5KX being more expensive. I don't know that you'd be able to find one on bracelet that's similar, but again, that one, it does have a similar movement for our 36, but it's going to have hard Lex instead of sapphire, not going to have solid end links, and not going to have a milled clasp. So, but you are also paying for the brand, because Seiko is a known brand, and Orient is as well to a lesser degree. San Martin has no brand recognition whatsoever, and this is an homage to a Seiko SLA017. But if you really want something with that 62MAS look without paying the premium price of the SLA017, this is going to be a good pick. Seiko made their, the SPDC051 and the other models, and those really don't have this same aesthetic. I really feel like Seiko could have had a really good product if they had made something that really kind of kept the same aesthetic of their 62MAS, but had it at a more affordable price point. And so that's where this comes in and is a really good choice, I think. There's some other brands that I believe may use the same case or something very similar. You've got the Heimdallr 62MAS, also called a Sharkey, and I believe Proxima makes one. You've got Merkur that makes one, and then there's the FiftyFour watch, which is actually more true to the size of the original 62MAS, but that doesn't come with a bracelet option. And I'm really a bracelet guy, so that's kind of what spoke to me about this one. And I haven't seen a FiftyFour watch in person, but from the pictures, the markers kind of all look the same size, and being smaller, it really, something about it just doesn't quite look right to me. I don't know if that's how it looks in real life too, but yeah, this is a really great watch for the money, I think. For an extra, I believe, $30, you can get the San Martin. Instead of that, you can have them create or put a custom logo on there, so you could create your own logo for these. And another option is to get it with a sterile dial. This is the gray. These also come in blue and green. So, and then aside from coming on a bracelet, you can get it on a rubber strap. So yeah, that's my review of this watch. It is, as I said, a really good watch for the money. I'm happy with it. I think it's got a cool, cool case back, cool design. Obviously, it's not original. I would love to have an SLA017, but really for the price of what they're going for now, $4,000, $5,000, I'm really not going to pay that much money, especially, it's a Seiko, and there are just other watches that you can get in that price point. I mean, you can get an Omega Planet Ocean, you can get a Speedmaster, the Tudor Black Bay 58. The list goes on and on of all these other watches you can get. And so again, I think it's, for $200 and change, it's a really great option. And San Martin also has a lot of other Seiko homages. Sorry guys, my cats are just really wanting to participate. You've got other homages. There are some SKX homages that they make that are really kind of the build that Seiko should have gone with, where they have, I believe, a sapphire crystal, and pretty sure the clasp is a milled clasp like this one with solid end links. And they also make I believe they make a turtle. They've got a Marine Master and the 6109, the Apocalypse Now diver, and they also make some other homages. They've got an homage to the Oris 65 diver, just in a 42 millimeter size, and they've got some Fliegers and other stuff. So, if you're looking to try out some of these designs, or you're okay with, an homage watch, I think that it's a great option for the money. So, yeah, that's my opinion on the San Martin 62MAS diver. If you're looking for one of these, I'd suggest you pick one up. So that's all I've got for you guys. Thanks. Have a great one.